Hello, Refined Co community. Marta Lockley here. I am bringing you today a beautiful set of images shot by Caroline Tran. She recently did the shoot with Fuji Film US to demo the new 55mm 1.7 lens that they came out with. This is a dreamy lens. I have this myself, and since I bought it, it has not come off of my camera. I shoot a GFX 50S, and she's shooting with the Fuji Film GFX 100S. They're stunning. The lenses, both lenses, amazing. I have the 80mm as well, and they're gorgeous lenses. So highly recommend if you're shooting a GFX system. But let's just go ahead and take a look at this set and edit with Caroline's collection. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Let's get Caroline's collection open and get editing. Overall, Caroline's white balance on these are pretty spot on. I'll need to adjust very minor, so I'm not going to start with white balance because it's pretty close from the get-go. So I'll just run the preset and tweak white balance to taste. And I'm going to go ahead and focus on patina for this set. I think it just has a little more of that filmy look that we're going for this. And let me go and put this side by side up so you guys can see. You can see the cyan tones that came in with patina. And I'll go ahead and show you, let's show you pure real quick. It's just a little less of the cyan in the warm highlights. So that's the biggest difference between them. But I feel like patina is giving me a little more of that film look for this set. So I'm going to go with that. And then from there, like I said, you can adjust white balance to taste. And I'm leaving it pretty much where it was. Bring down the highlights just a touch. And if I felt like I needed more contrast, I could use Patina Plus. Or we can go in here, we can add some color pop if we want to add, and these are very subtle. And then we do clarify, which will sharpen things up a little bit, but I'm just going to stick with patina on this. Next image is a beautiful interior kind of getting ready shot, and it's got a lot of tungsten lighting. Let me go ahead and crop out that little part there. And I think I might go with black and white on this just to show you the black and white. And here's before, one click of each. Honestly, would not have to do much for this. Again, adjustments are to taste, so you can make it as dark and moody as you'd like. You can crisp things up a little. You can bring up the white point. There's just a lot you can do, but out of the gate, it's just beautiful. Another stunning image, and there's a one click of patina. We do have some tungsten lighting in here, so it was a little warm to start. So I'm just going to pull back on the white balance just a touch. And then I'm going to lift the shadows because her hair, there's a little more contrast in this, so her hair fell a little dark. So I'm just going to lift just a smidge in here because I want to keep the mood of this lighting from the window. So I don't want to do too much, and I don't want to cool it down too much. I want to keep a little bit of the tungsten vibe. And then now we're in the greenhouse with this. And this one's a little bright to start. So I'm just adjusting white balance to taste. And then if you use the intensity slider in the preset panel, you can really just push that kind of filmy look. You can see how it almost looks like an overexposed or overprocessed film. And I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to crank that to right about there to kind of cut through a little bit of flatness that we're seeing here. And there's we can add grain. You guys aren't going to be able to see much of that on video, so I'm not going to really worry about it too much. Let's see what our highlight recover does for us. There we go. And patina, you can just look at that. Let's just zoom in. Let me get a little closer for you guys. Look at how that just really softened and brought up the luminosity in her skin in just one click. Just stunning. Take a tiny, tiny bit of the warmth out. And again, I want to show you this intensity slider again. So if you have an image where you feel like it's too strong, you can pull it back, but you can also push it up quite a bit and really get that kind of rounded contrast look. But it looks stunning. And then, like I said, from there, you can really adjust everything to taste. Here's one in direct sun, and same thing. Let's run patina. And we definitely need to bring down the highlights just a smidge. And same thing with the white balance. Right there. And same thing. So we're a little hot in here. So ideally we'd want this shot a little darker But when you're running around a session and the light is changing, you know, sometimes you just deal with light coming in and out of clouds. There's a lot of reasons that we don't nail that exposure straight in camera. The beauty of shooting raw is that we can fix it easily, but it just gets closer to one click the more intentional you are about your exposure. And same thing, let's just look at that skin. Now this was pretty great to start, so I won't lie, but you can see that color shift happening in the shadows. We could still probably bring down these hot points a little bit. And there we go. I'm also going to do this one. Let's make a duplicate. And let's do this one in black and white. Look at that. Those are one click. Stunning. Here's full sun, a lot of color. And same thing, patina. I mean, that it's just one click. That was so good. Look at the greens. I mean, this is just absolutely stunning. Love this shoot. Just so much variety in it. Same thing, patina. Let's do a plus on this. Just to get a little more depth in here. Gorgeous. And again, this white balance changes are to taste. This is stunning just like it is. It's warm, it's creamy. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just really, white balance is to, you know, where you are looking to have your tones overall. But that looks gorgeous. We could push it or just leave it where it was. So right back here is where we were, but I think I'm actually going to push it a little. I like the way that lifted those highs a little bit. And that looks stunning. I'm going to try not to say that 100 times in this video. It's hard not to because this is so pretty. Same thing. Let's push this a little just to get that kind of roundness going. Nearly one click. And this would be another nice black and white. So let's take a look at that. Look at that. It's just absolutely stunning. Little details. And again, one click, it even self-corrected some of the highlight issues. And the greens, everything just looks amazing. Oh, I forgot it. Let me redo that. There we go. The one thing with using the intensity slider is you can only change it before adjustment. So as soon as you start adjusting here, you can't use it. So you have to make that decision ahead of time. And I still forget that sometimes, but I just want to show you how much just doing this can change your image and give you more evolution of your preset. Again, one click, barely have to do anything to this. There you go. And again, we could cool this down a little if we wanted, but honestly, I love the warmth. These two are very similar. Let's do one of these black and white. Let's do that one. And then we can add on green. If we want to add on heavy green, we can. I'm going to go back to the black and white. And again, you can use this for the black and white too. And look how you can get almost a slightly soft film, high key look. Look at that. Patina. I'm going to pull down those highlights to protect the cake. And this one actually needs a little bit of warmth added in. Beautiful. And this one's indoors in, I believe inside the greenhouse that they were at. And I mean, I don't even have to touch that, honestly. It's like, you can just, it's just so straight. It's just going so good. Again, that's the beauty of when you really dial in your settings, you know how your camera's functioning, you know your lens quality, you get your white balance and your, and I believe she shot auto white balance on this. So the camera did the work there, but it really can become, it can make your presets, whether they're Refine Co or not, nearly one click if you can get your camera settings straight in camera. It's just a matter of if you want to spend the time doing it while you're shooting, or if you want to fix in post-processing. So if you take more time to do it while you're shooting, it's faster post-processing because I can't even speak. It's nearly one click that way. But or you just shoot and go with the feel, go with the vibe of the shoot, and then correct these things in post-processing. It just means you're going to spend a little more time editing if your white balance and exposure are all over the place. But as you can see here, these are very dialed in, and I'm having to do very, very minor adjustments to this edit. And I'm going to push this one a little bit just to give it some zhuzh. And I'm going to warm it up just a smidge. And here's some gorgeous tablescapes. And again, nearly one click. I keep clicking that one by accident. Just get that little sliver out there. And look at that. That was basically one click. Same thing, a little more moody. Pull down these highlights on the front side. And then, let me do that again. And then we can push this just a little to kind of really get that kind of filmy look there. And if you want to fix this area, you can of course use a mask. But honestly, just lifting these shadows up a little. But I like the mood. I really feel like it really tells how it felt at the venue. Again, beautiful. Oh, for some reason it looked like that side one was edited a little bit. So I'm going to bring this down a little and push that a little. Bring down the highlights. And that looks good. You're going to love this one because I saw it already. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Those perfect tones, creamy Fuji Film, skin, pulled out the reds, but kept the peaches. I mean, just gorgeous. Look at the hair, but a lot of this is just due to the lens, the fall off. I mean, she shot it at 1.7, but just look at how sharp this is. And this is shot at 1.7, but that's stunning. Same thing. This one's dealing with a little more shade, so we're just going to put a tiny bit of warmth in there. There you go. And last one. This is a nice quick edit. And same thing, you can push this and really kind of get that pop there. And you can adjust to taste. But there you go. There's a look at Caroline's collection, Caroline Tran's collection by Refine Co. on some beautiful images shot with the Fuji GFX 100S and the new 55mm 1.7 lens.